Eccomi qua. Ciao. Oh, sorry. This is supposed to be in English. Yes, right. So here I am. It's quite of exciting for me. This is my very, very first webinar in English, and I have to thank my audience, English-speaking audience from the States, pretty much. People that have been studying with me, and we have been colleagues in studying during many courses of yoga, tantra, and other evolutions in the work. And so this is my very first webinar, all in English, because I decided 2019 will be my opening to an English public, English speaking public, since I've been asked for. So I'm very honored to release, honored and excited, and a bit tense to release this very first English webinar. Okay, so before starting, I have to give some credits to my great two coaches and teachers who have been teaching me what is the energy work and the energy clearing. So those are Tara Maxwell. She is American, but she lives in Costa Rica, and I just got certified with her method called the reality creation method, conscious reality creation method. So based on you are the creator of your life. And the other one is Christy Mary Sheldon. And she's also American, and she works a lot with what I would say quantum reprogramming, so canceling everything that has been imprinted into you as you are not an infinite being, and just to go back to being an infinite being and have an infinite, fantastic, joyful, loving life. So my main speciality, it is Tantra. You might know Tantra, spiritual Tantra, and also, yeah, the physical part of Tantra and yoga, but pretty much the spiritual interconnection with the oneness of it all, with the mystical experience of you are the whole, you're God, you're an infinite, you are the goddess creating everything. You are an infinite being, you are everything that exists, you are whatever you can think of, enormously gorgeous and fantastic and impressive. That's you. Okay, and it's pretty much just one being, one existence in that express itself in many different ways and many different aspects of life. So the reason why I make it simple, although it's like a 5,000 years studies of Tantra. And the reason why this infinite being chooses to become each and every one of us is to experiment what it is to love as you. Pretty much love as my cat right now. Okay, she is in love. So the thing is, why this infinite being, which is everything that has to do with everything, it's the whole of it and creates everything. Why should it do this one entity? Should it become every single different person? And the reason is that you'd never choose the same dress every day, or maybe you change it every second day. Okay, so you'd like to express and test yourself and experiment yourself in different ways. And this is my cat. And with different suits. Okay, so when I teach in Italian, I like to express this in Latin. In Latin, the word amore, love, comes from Sanskrit, and the Sanskrit word for it is amrita. Means without, mrita, death. Okay, so without death. And I got this from a very scholar, impressive teacher who is Bill Mahoney. So amrita, it's a without death, Rita. In Latin was amor, amors, which is the grandfather and father of Italian language, amore, and amore is love. Okay, so the thing is, you are eternal. In the quantum physics, your particles are eternal, and your existence is never started and will never end. So you are an infinite being, the infinite being, and with this big pizza dough, you make very different kind of pizza. Like the ingredients are the same and the dough is the same. What changes is the content, you know, the topping you put on. So this is the point. You are here to choose whatever life you want because you are an infinite being, because you've always been and you will always be, and you contain the whole universe. You're pretty much the whole universe. There is no separation. Like in Tantra, main thing is no separation, no duality. Just one in many forms. One big ocean, many waves. And the good thing, like the skills in Tantra, is to learn how to enjoy the ocean and ride your own wave. So remember, stay connected, have the feeling and the experience in meditation, in deep meditation, in mystical experience, that you are that infinite ocean. And nonetheless, remember that all the waves are you. So every aspect of your life is you. Every person in life is you. You in the sense of you, universal you. And in the end, you have to put all that strength and majestic presence of the ocean in just one way, which is yours. So surf it and have fun and have joy, because there is no other way to express this way of loving, which is called you. Okay, pretty much you're not you, you're an infinite being dressing a person, a self, a corp, a body that you go with this name. But in the end, this incarnation, this embodiment, it is made to just love life. Like if you are amor, amors, if you are love, to love, like the infinite verb, amore in Italian, amare, sorry, amare is the infinite love, then you are ama. It's imperative to love now, okay? So this is why I integrated, and I found so useful to integrate Tantra, like the mystical and spiritual part of Tantra, and yoga, indeed, because yoga is starting from the perception of the body to get into the self, the higher self. Doesn't change. It could be from inside out, from outside in. Doesn't matter. It is the same. And to combine it with, okay, so what do I do with the word outside? Okay, if everything is fine when I close my eyes and I just go into meditation and ciao, I'm gone. So what should I do when I open my eyes and I have all this life running and sometimes unpleasant thing happens, and how am I supposed to deal with that? So when I came to learn about quantum leaping and energy clearance and conscious reality creation method, and all this world pretty much, I realized and I understood that the connection with your infinite being, which is your soul, could be fantastic. The connection with the divine could be fantastic. The connection with the higher self, that your inner spiritual life can be fantastic. But then if you don't relate with that thing outside, it's just the out product, it's the hologram, it's the projection of how much you realize you are that infinite, you are in love with that infinite, you fill the gap with that infinite, you have a strong love relationship with that infinite, and ultimately you live from that infinite. Okay, so energy clearings are nonetheless something that is used to clear the interference between your soul, which is perfect, and the whole body system, which is your car, pretty much, okay? So the driver is the soul and your whole body system is the car. And the car has to do what the inner, what do you say, driver decide to do, okay? So the thing is, the point is, let's clear the interference between what the higher self or the soul or the infinite being in you says, which is you, says, and this body person that is needed to experiment this joy, love, and playfulness you are into this world. And this world is really your playground. It's like what you have is like a pieces of Play-Doh or Lego to create the life you want, and the condition to experiment you are such love and joy and happiness and etc. etc. And it doesn't mean that you don't have ups and down. It means that every time you're down, it gives you a good chance to get up again. Okay, so I will go into that further, and it's a wide math, I would say. But um, let's start with this. Let's start with small things. Okay, so I decided to do this first Tantra and the conscious reality creation method combination, and Tantra and energy clears combination in English, because I do study in English. My teachers are English, like the yoga and the Tantra and energy clearing teachers are all Americans. So I got my spiritual language is American. And I believe that it's very important to give it to the Italians, but as well, I believe that I felt called, I felt called to release this mixing up that is happening in me between Tantra and energy clearings in English for an English speaking public. Okay, since thanks God I have a lot of English friends, so an English public. So let's start. Once I've done all this framework, let's say, to make you understand why it is important to mix and to understand the Tantra point of view before start to do energy clearings, I want to focus on one specific thing this webinar, and is that since you are the creator of your life, which tools do you use to create before I mean, when you think about doing, maybe you think about doing something with your hands. Even earlier, before becoming an action, it is an energy that you move. It is an initiation, an intuition, a command, and intention, pretty much, that you give to the energy field, because everything is energy. We know that. Okay, so I don't need to explain that. Everything is made of energy and atoms and quantums, and everything is connected. So what you think, pretty much, the first movement of the energy is when you breathe. But let's say when you think, you give a lot of programming to this energy in your body field, in your energy field, and in the fields around you, which are all connected and interconnected. Okay, so the things that you repeat to yourself over and over again, consciously or unconsciously, are the main cause, the main files, the main patterns, then will give you the projection, the output, and the results that you see around your life. Okay, so if I have a deep convincement I'm not worth it, this is the movie that I am projecting. And more than this, the universe is so loving and nice and caring with me that really wants to make me happy and make me see and make true and and make my wish come true, taking for granted when I give an intention or a thought or a wish, that wish is for my greatest good. Sometimes it's not. So since the universe loves you so much and gives you what you want, if you have this inner pattern and even this inner files and device saying I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not worth, then the universe will tell you, okay, so this is what you want to see in your works. Your wish is my command. This is what you want to see. I give you 1,000 of reasons to think that you're not worth and not enough. It can't correct you. So to say, we are God, but God, like the infinite being and infinite energy field and the interconnected energy field, does exactly what you ask for. And you ask for that through your intention and thoughts, and then action. Then it becomes action. Okay, so the main thing to clear is the interference between you are an infinite being and what you bought in your life, what people taught you, what school and culture and church and whatever taught you. There is a reason why, and I'm not going deep into this now because it's a longer one, why in the end you don't think, or you are disconnected to the perception that you are an infinite being, but in the end this is what cause you troubles in life. Okay, because you don't trust it, because you just, maybe you don't feel it, and ultimately it doesn't really matter if you feel it or not. If you believe it, if you believe you're not infinite, you're not good, you're not self-worthy nor abundance, you're not rich, you're not, everything outside will just give you the feedback of this. So yes, it is important and fundamental to be connected and have the experience of your infinite being, and for this there is meditation. Okay, and then act from that. Every time, willing or not, you're not connected to I am an infinite being, I am that infinite being, and you are less than infinite. One of my teachers in Tantra is Christopher Irish Wallace says, the main bullshit you can believe is you're not God. We do believe this bullshit very, very much and very, very often. And so this bullshit, let's say, will project and will create a life that it's not perfect and not God worth it, and it's not the life you want and doesn't make you happy. So let's start with clear all this and change the whole pattern. Choice Italian. We work with light, and you're light, you're liquid light, you are source personified. There is nothing faster than light. We will clean with light like a laser, and we will rewrite what you really want. So now I get some water. I hope you get some water too. And I go turn off my washing machine because it will beep all the time. I don't like it. Just finish the washing. So give me 1 sec. I'm gonna get some water, because when we work with light, it requires a lot of water, because water is a good electric conductor, right? Okay, so give me a sec. I'll be back. Vieni, Gesù. Dai, pian. Okay, here we go. Good, perfect. So let's start. Let's start from the scratch, doing this connection with light. Next webinar will be a little bit faster since I did a lot of how do you say that in English? I explained a lot, okay? But in the end, the technique is pretty fast, pretty easy. Okay, so take a deep breath and try to release any tension. Wash them away. Physically feel like a big shower, raining, golden shower on you. From the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, and discharging everything down to the floor. Okay, so let go everything into the center of the earth. Let Mother Earth take all your pain and sorrow and happiness and everything else. Okay, I didn't mention that I did study a lot of shamanic Andean tradition, spiritual tradition. This comes from the Andes. Okay, so the first connection we do, it's to connect with the light. It is not really meditation, but it gives you the feeling that you are an infinite being. Then meditation is something deeper, just because you soak in. When you meditate, you really let go of all your identity and you soak into the feeling of the infinite being. But connecting actively with light gives you the good setup before starting the clearing itself. So close your eyes, and this one I got it from Christy Mary Sheldon, and look up, roll your eyes up, and go 300 kilometers in the center of the sky, 300,000 feet, yeah. So you will find up there in the center of the universe there is a huge amount of light, and that's pure energy, pure consciousness. You can call it God, you can call it whatever. It's a beautiful sensation of being blessed and being loved, or at least to me it is. Ask this light to come down to the center of your head and infuse your head with pure love and And let this light clean your eyes and ears and become aware and feel that you are made of light. You're a light being and a light worker. And you too, cat. And then you go down with this beam of light in the center of your throat. And then the center of your chest. Everywhere light goes, it just heals and accelerates the healing process. So it cleans up all your nervous system and chakras and energy system. Here to open, accept, receive infinite abundance, infinite love, infinite worthiness, etc. And go down to your stomach and clean your fear to be powerful. And go down to the center of your belly and clear your fear to be really the creator of your life. And then go down to your genitals to clear your fear to manifest precisely the life you want. And then go down to the center of your earth. Follow the light beam to the center of the earth and check that fantastic, juicy center made of light. Ask the light to come back and fill in your feet and your legs, torso, arms, hands, and head, and then make a big central sun shining around 300 degrees around you. And every time you inhale, you connect with that presence of light. And when you exhale, you just make it wider. So make it bigger past your body, past the room you're in, past the building, and then the neighborhood, and then the city, your nation, and try to be as wide as the planet Earth. Now, I like to add to this basic connection, this sort of is a visualization coming from Tantra, in which you enlarge even more. Pretty much you leave the earth, you're big and wide and enormous sunshine, but then you start to see yourself from the space. You become the space around the earth and get wider. You're an infinite being, you can contain the infinite. Get wider, contain the galaxy, contain more galaxies. And if you can, just let go, surrender, and get wider as much as you can. Just contain everything with this pure love, light, and so energy from the source. Okay. And when you're so big, just repeat to yourself, it's all me. It's all me. It's all me. I'm an infinite being. I can let go of the fear of being an infinite being. I can open, accept, and receive. I am it all. I have it all. And I can choose it all. So stay as wide as you can and just feel that everything is a pure blessing. You can bless with this light, everything. With pure love and light, and I over accept and receive blessings from the light. I'm always loved. I'm always lovable. I'm always loving. Okay, so everywhere you are not secure of your worth, and this worth has an economical value, please uncreate, delete it all. Everywhere you feel that there is no space for me in the world, there is no spot for me in the world, uncreate, delete it all. Everywhere you are in depression or anguish or pain or linked and dear to very low vibrational feelings, uncreate, delete it all. Okay, remember the vibration is what connects, what informs the reality outside you. So any vibration you hold dear, it is what you will see outside. So what we do is to rise your vibration. So everywhere you hold dear and you reinforce any dumping sentence, please, 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 uncreate, delete it all. Everywhere you are hopeless, please, 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 uncreate, delete it all. Everywhere you are, I will never be good, more good than better than this. I will never be richer than this. I will never be more worthy than this. I will never be the one that I want to be. Please uncreate, delete it all. Everywhere you are giving up, uncreate, delete it all. Everywhere you don't think or feel or see or sense your infinite being, uncreate, delete it all. Everywhere you are hopeless about having the life you want and being happy and joyful and able to create all that abundance and richness, uncreate, delete it all. Everywhere you're keeping yourself in scarcity, uncreate, delete it all. Everywhere you are in a box and you're accepting situation you don't want, economical situation or work situation, life situation you want, uncreate, delete it all. Everywhere you don't see your majestic presence, uncreate, delete it all. Everywhere it's better to be small rather than play big, uncreate, delete it all. Everywhere you have fear to play big, ask for more richness and more abundance, and ask for more and know that you're worthy and deserving, uncreate, delete it all. Okay, so stay wide. What we do now is that we insert the new files. So the wider you are, the more you can perceive that this light is encompassing everything, because you are the light that's encompassing everything from the center of the self. Love shines in all directions, as MC Yogi's song. Okay, so now we insert the new vibrational affirmations. Okay, so I'm worthy and deserving. What would it take, pretty much, to know that I'm worthy and deserving of having a gorgeous life? What would it take to know that I am pure love, light, consciousness? I am an infinite being. I am richness. I am abundant now. I am in the flow of abundance now. What would it take to have the experience of being that universe? What would it take to let go of the fear of being the universe? What would it take to open, accept, and receive the life I want? I deserve an extraordinary life. I am love, and I am in love with myself. I'm in love with my life. I like to stay in higher vibrations. I like to take big quantum leaps. I like to experiment myself as the creator of my own life. I am the conscious creator of my own life. I create, lead everything in between. And what would it take to open, accept, and receive more richness, more abundance, more love, higher wages? What would it take to create a new job, to invent something that doesn't exist before? What would it take to think and find which is my divine life purpose? I am an infinite being with a divine purpose. I have a divine purpose. I make difference in this life. I am the change I want to see in the world. I am here to make a difference, to create more wealth, more abundance, more connection. I am connected to my higher self. I let go of fear, let go of the ego, and let go of any entrance program. I surrender to the higher divine will, and I surrender to have a life full of everything that makes me happy. That is, I surrender to the fact that I'm here to have a happy and healthy life. Apart from my cat. Okay, and create, delete, and story, everything in between. And now we do a deep life scan. So you're going to root? Yes. So this one I got it from the Conscious Reality Creation Method and the Simply Healed Method. So I mix up the two of them. Okay, so I'm creating, leading this story, everything in between, across all time, space, reality, dimension, time of gazillions. I let go of any entrance program from any maternal side, paternal side, and 100 generation back and behind and ahead. I let go of any limiting beliefs of self-love, doubt, psychic attacks, stuff that it's not mine. I let go of any past emotional blocks, such as toxic emotions. I let go at any level of my life, any previous life, any preconception, conceptual pattern I got from everywhere and anyone around me in my womb life, birth, and each decade of my life. Uncreated all across all time, space, here, dimension, for highest good of your soul and every soul. Okay, so yeah, the main thing now is just to be open to receive some changes, some miracles, some proofs, and concrete situations in which you see that actually things are changing and moving and working for the best, being faithful that life always works for the best and everything is for you, it's never against you. And that the vibration you hold, it's what you will see outside, and what you hold dear, the thoughts and feelings you have of yourself that you hold dear, you reinforce. So with this, I bless you with pure love, light, and pure source energy. And I hope you really had the best of it, of this small webinar. And if you want any personal consulting with me, you can write me, or even better, book a session with me, a free session, a free consulting session. And then we can talk about your specific situation. Okay? So bless you all. Have a beautiful evening. Bye.